I would like to call the Monday, September 26, 2022 Blue Springs Planning Commission meeting to order. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Could I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Sanderson,
Present.
Commissioner Peel,
Present.
Commissioner Morton, Commissioner Billups,
Present.
Commissioner Stokenberry,
Present.
Commissioner Graham,
Present.
Commissioner Rohr,
Present.
Chairperson Cradoff.
Present. Thank you and welcome everyone this evening and those watching from home. Tonight's agenda consists of item 1A, the minutes from the August 22nd Planning Commission meeting. Item 2, site plan design review for Double C Industries. Item 3, preliminary plat for Double C Industries. Item 4, final plat for Double C Industries. Item 5, site plan design review for Flex Spaces. Item 6, final plat for Flex Spaces. Item 7, final play for Redbird B Street. Item 8, other business. Item 9, adjournment. At this time, I would entertain a motion on the consent agenda for the approval of the August 22nd, 2022 meeting minutes.
So moved.
I have a motion from Commissioner Peel. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Commissioner Sanders. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. The next item on the agenda are agenda items 2, 3, and 4, site plan design review, preliminary plat, final plat for Double C Industries. At this time, I will ask for the staff's presentation. Ms. Bright.
Thank you. Before you this evening are requests for approval of a site plan design review, preliminary plat, and a final plat for Double C Industries at 1400 Southeast US 40 Highway. The subject property is located just south of US 40 Highway and about 600 feet east of Southeast Adams Dairy Parkway. Currently, the site is mostly developed with one small grass area. The applicant is proposing to add a 5,000 square foot metal building to that part of the site with the intent of using it as storage. The building will have 2 overhead doors and 1 entry door on the north facade. In addition to the metal building, the applicant is proposing veneer stone wainscoting on the western facade that faces Southeast Industrial Drive. There is a final landscaping plan provided, which proposes a few trees along Southeast Industrial Drive and along the western facade of the building. The site was approved for a few modifications with the general development plan, which include the reduction in the required landscaping, since the site is existing and therefore considered legal non-conforming. All required parking has been met with the existing parking lot, and the applicant is proposing to waive the bicycle parking requirement, which staff supports since the site is existing without bicycle parking and the demand is not present. The building is classified as a general industrial building and meets all requirements in regards to setbacks, building coverage, and building height. The second and third requests are for a preliminary and final plat. With the platting process, the applicant is required to construct a 5-foot ADA compliant sidewalk along Southeast US 40 Highway, which has been shown on the plans. The final plat is in substantial compliance with the preliminary plat. The Appearance Review Committee met on September 1st, since the site is in the Adams Dairy Parkway overlay, and recommended approval of the site plan design review as submitted by staff. Staff reviewed the applications and finds that all review criteria have been met. Staff recommends approval of the site plan design review with 2 conditions, approval of the preliminary plat with 2 conditions, and approval of the final plat with 3 conditions, and I'm here for any questions.
Thank you. Are there any questions for staff from the commissioners? Okay, would the applicant like to come forward and speak? come forward and to be sworn in and state your name and address for the record.
Sure. Kevin Starrett, HG Consult, 1411 Northeast Tide, George, Lee Summit, Missouri. This is our second round. Adair did a great job of explaining everything that we've gone through to get to this point, and don't really have anything additional to add unless you have any comments for us. Other than that, I think we're in good shape.
Thank you. Do the commissioners have any questions for the applicant? None. Well, thank you very much. Any further discussion from the commissioners? Well, at this time, I'll ask for a motion on site plan design review for Double C Industries.
Chair,
I have a motion from Commissioner Bill.
I move that site plan design review SPDR 08228415 for Double C Industries with the two conditions be approved as submitted by staff.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second for Commissioner Sanders. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carried with two staff conditions. I'll now ask for a motion on the preliminary plat for Double C Industries. Do I have a motion? Commissioner Bill.
Chair, I move that preliminary plat PP 08228416 for Double C Industries with the two conditions be approved as submitted by staff.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Commissioner Sanders. All those, this will be a roll call.
Nope, it'll be all in favor.
It'll be all, okay.
It'll be
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carried with two staff conditions. At this time, I'll ask for a motion for the preliminary plat for Double C Industries.
Chair,
Commissioner Bill.
I move that final plat PF 08228417 for Double C Industries with the three conditions be approved as submitted by staff.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Commissioner Sanders. This will be a roll call.
just all those in favor.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carried with two staff conditions. I will now ask for a motion on the final plat for Double C Industries.
We just did that.
Okay, the next items on the agenda are items 5, 6, site plan design review and final plat for flex spaces. At this time, I'll ask for the staff's presentation. Ms. Bright.
The next requests on the agenda this evening are for approval of a site plan design review and a final plat. The applicant is proposing to construct a flex warehouse space, and the project is south of Northwest Duncan Road and east of Northwest Woods Chapel Road, and encompasses approximately 2.79 acres. Currently, the site is an empty grass lot with a few trees, which will be removed to accommodate the development. The applicant is proposing one access drive off Northwest Duncan Road and will be required to install an 8-foot multi-use trail along Northwest Duncan Road. The proposal includes two buildings. Let's see here. Building A is 22,000 square feet and will include restrooms in every space. Building B is a 12,000 square feet. The proposed land use is storage residential warehouse, which is allowed by right in the light industrial zoning district. The applicant is proposing the space be used by small business owners to store their equipment, have an office, or package orders. The building is classified as a general commercial building. This one load. No. And meets all requirements in regards to setbacks, building height, and coverage. The exterior building material will be predominantly metal panels with wood siding accent panels and windows to visually break up the facade. The applicant has shown a potential fencing material in case they decide to enclose the site in the future, and staff supports the proposed material since it complements the building design. The site was approved for one modification to the code with their general development plan, which was to exceed the maximum number of parking spaces allows for the proposed use. The applicant is proposing 30 parking spaces and a bike rack that can accommodate 2 bikes, which meets the UDC requirement. The final landscaping plan provided is short 7 plant units, but staff still supports the request since the intent of the code is being met, and the landscaping plan shows as many plant units as possible while providing the appropriate buffering to adjacent lots. The final plat is in substantial compliance with the previously approved preliminary plat and encompasses 6.6 acres. The plat includes 1 lot for the purpose of development, a tract for the detention basin, and 2 tracts which will need to be preliminary and final platted before development can occur. Staff reviewed the applications and finds that all review criteria have been met. Staff recommends approval of the site plan design review with 2 conditions and approval of the final plat with 3 conditions, and I'm here for any questions.
Thank you, Ms. Bray. Are there any questions from the commissioners for the staff? Okay, no questions. Would the applicant like to come forward and speak? Please come forward and be sworn in, state your name and address for the record.
I have not been sworn in. My
He doesn't have to.
Just name and address.
Just
Okay.
name and address.
I'm Matt Hendrickson, 1507 Northeast Wall Street.
Okay, thank you.
I don't have really anything else to add to what I did already provided, but if there's any questions, I'm happy to answer those.
Thank you. Does the commissioners have any questions for the applicant? No questions. Thank you very much. I'll now ask for a motion on the sign plan design review for flex spaces.
Sure.
Commissioner Rohr.
Go ahead.
I move that the site plan design review for the SPDR-08-22-8429 with 2 conditions.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second. Commissioner Sokaberry. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carried with 2 staff conditions. I will now ask for a motion on the final plat for flex spaces.
Chair.
Commissioner Rohr.
I move that the final plat PF 08-22-8428 flex space with 3 conditions be approved.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Commissioner Stokenberry. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries with 3 staff conditions. This item will be recommended and heard by the City Council at their Monday, October 3rd, 2022 meeting at 6 p.m.
Chair, since you didn't call for discussion, I'd like to make a comment for public record, is that I'm now real thrilled of having another storage building in close proximity actually to other storage areas. But anyway, that's my comment for public record. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. The next item is item 7, the final plat for Redbird, B Street. At this time, I will ask for staff's presentation. Ms. Kelly.
Good evening. Before you this evening is the request for the approval of a final plat for a single-family home on 1 lot. This property is generally located on the north side of B Street, adjacent to 805 Northwest B Street on the west and Commerce Bank on the east. The property is zoned SF7 single-family and is approximately 0.39 acres. The applicant, just a second. The applicant and property owner, Roger Bennett, is requesting the approval of the final plat for Redbird Subdivision for the purpose of building 1 single-family home. This property was part of the original Stanley homestead that was platted in the year 1917 and encompassed approximately 100 acres. As other portions of the original Stanley homestead were replatted and developed, this lot has remained vacant and undeveloped for over 100 years. As other portions of the approval of the final plat will allow the lot to become buildable. The proposed single-family home complies with the current zoning of the property. Staff reviewed the application and finds that all review criteria has been met and allows development to take place on the vacant lot. The preliminary plat was approved by the Planning Commission on July 11th, 2022. Staff recommends approval of the final plat with conditions as outlined in the staff report, and I will stand for questions.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the commissioners? Okay, thank you. Would the applicant like to come forward and speak? Please state your name and address again for the record.
Kevin Starrett, HG Consult, 1411 Northeast Todd George Road, Lee Summit, Missouri. Don't really have anything to add to the staff presentation.
Okay. Do the commissioners have any questions for the applicant? Okay, thank you very much. Any further discussion from the commissioners? Okay, at this time, I'll ask for a motion on the final plat for Redbird B Street.
Chair?
Commissioner Pill.
I move that final plat PF 08228414 for Redbird B Street with 2 conditions be approved as submitted by staff.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Commissioner Sanders. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries with 2 staff conditions. This item will be recommended and heard by the City Council at their Monday, October 3rd, 2022 meeting at 6 p.m. Now the other business. The next Planning Commission meeting is scheduled for Monday, October 10th, 2022. At this time, Mr. Mallon will present us with his August 2022 Community Development Report.
Thank you, Chair. I'm going to introduce our new Assistant Director, Kara Elbert, and she is going to do our monthly report for the month of August.
Hi, good evening. Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick run through of our August 2022 Community Development report and just give you some of those highlights on there. That first chunk talks about building permit activity, and as you can see, we have a few more dwelling units that have been done since August of 2021, and then a little bit further down you'll see total building permits, and we're down a few from last August, and then the same with year to date, we're down a few from 2021. Scrolling down a little bit further, building related activity, we're down a little bit right there also for total inspections, and the same with year to date. And then that graphic just kind of shows the breakdown from that table above. For the code enforcement activity, we have 244 cases that have been opened in the month of August, and the majority of them are public health and safety cases. Then that graphic just shows you there. The most common cases that we've had in August, there's 3 different groupings, and then the largest of those is the nuisance inspection cases. And then this kind of summarizes our planning activity on this graphic. Kind of talks about all the cases that we've had in August. I don't need to read through each of those because you all were at those meetings. And then further down, the sign permit activity. Since in the month of August, we've had more activity since August of 2021. And then year to date, we're also up for the sign permits. So I will take any questions that you all have.
Any questions from the commissioners? Okay. Well, thank you.
Yep.
Does the staff have any other business?
Yeah, 2 other things we'd like to do tonight. I would like to, first of all, introduce our new city attorney that has started last week, Sarah Carnes. She is in the audience. She is taking over officially as the full-time city attorney on Monday, correct? And with that, wanted to also say thank you to Jackie Summer for all of her hard work and help over the last many years with the Planning Commission and spending her Monday evenings with us. In addition to her Monday evenings at council, she gets to spend those with us. So very much appreciate all of the guidance and support and time and effort over the last many years, Jackie, on these Monday nights at Planning Commission. So thank you very much. You will be missed.
Thank you, Mike. I just want to say, I think this city is so fortunate to have this commission. Every member of this commission is just so generous with your time and your knowledge, and I've learned a lot working with you. And I appreciate having spent time with you, and thanks for putting up with me.
No.
Thank you, Jackie. Well, does the commission have any other business? If there is no other business, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This meeting is adjourned. Good night.